It's Monica. We're about 100 days or so away from Christmas, and as we creep closer to it, there's nothing like a concert from Trans-Siberian Orchestra to get you in the spirit. And on the phone lines with me, the legendary Jeff Plate, TSO's drummer and original member. Jeff, how you doing today?
Everything is great, and thank you for that introduction. That was impressive. I like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, it's a pleasure to speak with you, and jumping right into TSO, why do you think it resonates so much with fans, especially around Christmas?
I've said from the beginning that the story that Paul O'Neill wrote for the first album that we released, Christmas Eve and Other Stories, that story just connected with millions of people. And I mean, musically, the band is impressive. There was some great songs. The CDs are always well received, and people love them. The show itself is very spectacular. It's a show like no other. But I just have felt from the beginning that initial story that Paul wrote really is the one that connected with so many people. And then the stories and the lyrics and everything he wrote after that, just leading up to now, it's all built on that first story and that first CD that Paul wrote.
That is awesome. And there's always a huge production at a TSO show. So it's not just like you're going to get a band on stage and you get like a few lights and that's it. No, this one is full blown. And this year, completely updated holiday tradition titled The Ghosts of Christmas Eve. What's this story about? So
this is based on the television show that we did back in 1999, which is also the first year that we began touring. But, it's about a young girl who kind of loses her way during the holidays, and she encounters some friendly spirits that help her get back to her family and, get back to life, get back to happiness. And Paul's theme in a lot of his stories and a lot of his lyrics was hope. And, this story is certainly about that. So we've done this show before several years ago. It is a fan favorite. I mean, people in the audience always love it. The band loves performing it. And, it's in the line of Christmas shows that we've done over the past 25 years. This is one of my favorites. I love performing the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, but the Ghosts, Christmas Eve and Other Stories, but the Ghost tour is one of my favorites, and we're all looking forward to it again.
And 25 years, that is awesome. So fan favorites, Christmas Eve Sarajevo, 1224, O Come All Ye Faithful, Good King Joy, Christmas Canon, they're all going to be in there as well, obviously, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then for people who have never seen us before, the first part of our show is the story that we just mentioned. Mm-hmm. And then the second part is where we just kind of let everything fly. There's a lot of huge production numbers. Our management and production staff always has a couple new tricks up their sleeve. So the second half of the show is really where we pull out all the stops, but the first half is the story segment, and that is also, too, full of energy, full of great songs. So all in all, it is just a very, very good show from front to back.
That's going to be exciting to see TSO. I got to tell you, Jeff, my first job was working at a movie theater. I was there 5 to 6 days a week, 6 hours to 10 hours a day. And around the holidays, we had a disc playing that had Christmas Eve Sarajevo 1224 that would play every hour on the hour. And I can honestly say, hand to God, I never got tired of hearing it. It's just a great piece of music.
It really is. And I mean, Paul produced this song years ago, and he just did it brilliantly, mixing these two song ideas together. And it just started this whole thing that we are talking about right now. If it wasn't for that song, we would not be here right now. And this song still is the star of the show. It is the most, energetic song of the show. I should say, I think the audience responds better than any other song. It really is amazing what this song has done for, not just the people in my band, but people like yourself in our audience. It's really transformed Christmas. And Paul O'Neill and his team, they struck on something that really connected with millions of people. And for me personally, I am just so proud and happy to be a part of it.
That is awesome. Rest of the TSO catalog is amazing as well. Now, for Jeff, for those that don't know, can you give me a brief rundown on how TSO got started? Because I know you were in a few bands before TSO.
Yeah, so I joined a band called Sabotage back in 1994.
Yeah.
And this was a progressive hard rock metal band out of the Tampa area. Paul O'Neill was managing the band, writing music and producing, writing all the lyrics. Christmas Eve Sarajevo 1224 was recorded initially on a Sabotage record called Dead Winter Dead. And this song had a place in the concept that Paul had for the record. And lo and behold, when this song hit the airwaves, it just took off in a completely different direction. And up to that point, Paul and his writing partners were also developing some more theatrical Broadway-style musicals. And so this musical element, this thing that TSO became, was something that was in Paul's head for years. That song, Christmas Eve, Sarajevo 1224, was the vehicle for Paul to create the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, recorded the first CD, which became a smash hit, and here we are today. So Paul, along with his family, have just done a tremendous job in keeping this thing going, keeping it moving forward. And even though we've lost Paul 5 years ago, his family has stood strong and made sure these tours are possible and these shows get better every year.
How does it feel to know that Trans-Siberian Orchestra has gotten so big that you guys need a West Coast band and an East Coast band, and that pretty much every show sells out in every arena in the country? How does that feel for you?
It's amazing. I mean, I have played every show, and I was sitting there, behind the drum set, the very first show we ever played in Philadelphia, and it was a theater. There was probably 1,200 people. Within like 3 years, we had moved out of theaters because we were selling them out multiple times a day into small arenas, then into major arenas and selling them out twice a day. And I just remember there was a point in time around 2004, 2005 where I just had to pinch myself. Every time I got on stage, I looked around, I was like, I cannot believe this is happening. And here again, it is a testament to the product. It's a vision that Paul had. And the man believed in what he was doing. He stuck to his guns. He just put every ounce of energy into it, and that's why it became, such a success all across the country. That
is awesome. Jeff, I know you're on a 60-city tour. You're going to be starting one. You're not a stranger to Pittsburgh, to Pennsylvania, so I have to ask, are you ready for more sandwiches with fries and coleslaw around here?
Oh, my God, of course. There are certain things along the tour that we look forward to, and those are on the list. Absolutely. I've got my venues mapped out where I can do laundry, and then we also have a list of what food are we going to get at this city. And we've got people who set this up for us, but we always put in our requests, and that's certainly one of them.
That is very cool. Okay, so all Pittsburghers listening right now, we need you to show up on Saturday, December 17th, both shows, 3 and 7:30. I want this to be, the city needs to be a major standout for TSO. We're already in Jeff's head. We just need to stay there for sure.
Very good. Very good. Appreciate it.
I want to tell people tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. There are specially priced $29 tickets that will be offered for only 1 week. So when they go on sale, you got about a week left to take advantage of that $29 ticket sale. The 2022 TSO tour goes to Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. Completely updated presentation of the unforgettable multi-generational holiday tradition. And that must feel just amazing when you look out in the crowds and it's just, parents, kids, all ages just in there while rocking along to your songs.
All of the above. And that was one of the things that we realized from the beginning, that our audience was everybody. And, along with that, I want to mention the charitable work that we've done over the years, too. And
yes, sir, yeah.
This was something that Paul instituted from the very first ticket we ever sold. And, the audience is part of our family. And the audience, when you buy a ticket, you are contributing to a charity in your area. So you are literally helping people in your backyard. And, Paul felt this was a very important thing to do at this time of year. And $18 million is quite an amount, and we're all very proud of that.
That is very cool. If it's your first TSO show, your face is going to get rocked off. It's your 9th, your 19th TSO show. You won't even know what's going to hit you because it's going to be new and awesome. And, of course, get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. The legendary Jeff Plate, Trans-Siberian Orchestra's drummer and original member. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
You bet. Take care. We'll see you soon.